Hello, this is Chad Motice coming to you with the first installment of our brand new series, Helping You Excel, where we're going to dive into Microsoft Excel and give great tutorials and bite-sized chunks of information to help you become more productive and more effective with your use of Excel with spreadsheet work throughout your workday, throughout your business life. Today we're going to jump into a very basic function that many people use and find a lot of use out of, and that's the Vlookup function in Excel. It takes the opportunity to take information from one spreadsheet and find that information in another spreadsheet and return information from there. So let's dive right in and take a look at how we can do that. On your screen you have two distinct spreadsheets. On the right hand side, this is where we have the data that we're going to look up and try to find some very specific information in a different spreadsheet, which is the one on the left, where you can see the same list of names and you see some additional information and additional pieces there that we're going to try to return. So our goal in any function is to be able to give Microsoft Excel some very specific information it needs to do some very specific calculations that it needs. So we're going to work through what's called the formula bar and the formula wizard to help create our vertical lookup. So we go into the information we're going to look up today. As you can see all the data that we have here, we have our list of names, and today we want to return these individuals' job titles. And we're going to do that by starting by putting our box in B2, column B, row 2, and we're going to type in a function in that box that will help return the information we're looking for. Our formula bar is right here, and the easiest way to start the process is to click on the FX, that is our insert function tool. We click on that, it will place an equal sign in the function bar, and it will give us a list of the functions that are available in Excel to use. And the one that we're going to use is VLOOKUP. It's one of the most often used and usually is the first one here. If it was not on this list, we're looking for a different one, we could type it in this field and search, but all we need to do now is just click on VLOOKUP and click OK. And now we're into that function wizard that's going to help walk us through. You don't have to have a ability to program Excel. You have this wizard that will help walk us through the process. And as you can see, there are 4 pieces of data that the VLOOKUP function needs to be successful and complete your request. So we're going to work our way through all 4 of these steps. The first step, we're just going to make sure that we drop our cursor in that first box so that whatever we click on gets applied to the right field. The first thing we're looking up is the lookup value. And what we're going to look up, the information we're going to take, is we're going to take Tom and we're going to look for Tom over in this spreadsheet over here and then try to figure out what his job title is. So our lookup value is Tom. We're going to click on that. You see it's going to put the coordinates of column A, row 2 in that field. Very important part now is we hit tab so we can move our cursor to the next field so that we can input the information directly into the right field. Table array, I'm going to slide our wizard over to the other spreadsheet, and our table array is the information where the data is housed that we're looking up. Now what is very key is whatever area whatever thing we are looking up here has to be the first column in our table array. So let me show you an example. My experience leads me down the path of telling you that it's always best just to highlight entire columns, not just sections. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in column B, and we're going to click at column B, and then we're going to highlight everything to the right of column B, keeping in mind that our lookup value, Tom in this case, has to be in this leftmost column of the information that we are selecting. If I would have selected column A, it wouldn't find anything because there's no Toms in this column. What we're looking for is in column B, so we've highlighted all of column B, and we've continued to highlight all the way across that area. You can see that it has given us the coordinates of our table array, what we've highlighted, and we're going to hit tab again. The next piece is the column index number, which means what is the information I want to return over here. We've said we're looking for job title. So job title is in column C. Now, our table array starts at column B and went all the way to D. That's 1, 2, 3 columns of information. Sometimes you have 30, 40, 50 columns of information, but in this case you have 3. The number we want to put in the column index line is the column number in this scenario of where the data is we want to return. We want job title. Column 1 has the names, column 2 has the job titles, column 3 has the location in this case if you're counting the columns of that data or table array. So the number we're going to put here is 2 because it's column 2 that we need out of these 3 columns to return. We tab off of that, and the last thing we want to do is the range lookup. And range lookup is one of 2 answers. It's either true or false. In this case, we are going to put false. I'm going to tell you very basically that the reason that we're putting false is we're saying we want to find the exact match of, in this case, Tom in this column, not the closest match, but the exact match so we can find the job title. When we go a little bit deeper into this, you're going to find that we could use the true function if we were going to do ranges. If we said that all these things we're looking for number 24 in these different ranges, so it doesn't have to be exact, it just has to fit into a range. That's down the road, but that's the difference between true and false in this scenario. We click false, we click OK, and we can see that it's run the calculation over here. And now you can see that it has our correct answer of billing analyst for Tom. There's Tom, billing analyst. Job title is Tom, billing analyst. Now, we don't have to type in this function for all of the other individuals in our list. We can just go to the lower right-hand corner of this box and you will see the white cross turn into a black cross. And when it does that, you can double-click and it will drag your function all the way down, and now you see all of your job titles for all the individuals that were over here in the name function. Now, so that takes care of that scenario. Let's say we wanted to move over another column, and I'm just going to do some formatting here real quick, and let's say we also want to return their location. So I can type in location here. Now we're going to go through the process all over again. We're going to go to our function. We're going to click Vlookup to get the wizard. Click OK. The lookup value is still Tom, A2. We go to our table array, and we're going to use the exact same table array again because, again, we know the name Tom is going to be in column B. We're going to start in column B. We're going to highlight that entire column, and then we're going to drag all the way over, including all the data in this table array in this mini spreadsheet, and we click OK. One thing to keep in mind, the reason that we're clicking the entire column is that if we only highlight the data in that area and we'd use that drag down function, that double click with the black cross, if you use that function, then the whole highlighted area slides down and you start to lose data. If you highlight the entire column, it locks those columns in, and even if you drag it and use that drag or double click function, you don't lose data in the translation. So we've highlighted the entire column. We're going to column index number. In this case, the data we're trying to return is the location, the names in column 1, 2, 3. So our column index number is 3. The range lookup again is false. And for all these basic ones, when we're trying to return something very specific, we're going to use false. Click OK, and you can see that Tom's location of Kent has happened there. And again, you can double click on this. In this case, I'm going to take it from the white X to the black X. I'm going to click and drag all the way down. And again, those functions will drag all the way down and all the information matches. So, very basic outline for how the VLOOKUP tool works. Hope you have good understanding of this, and let me know what questions you have, and give good feedback on the material. And anything that you have that comes out as something that you need help on or that you have questions on when it comes to Excel, leave it in the comments below, and we'll try to develop videos to help through the process. I'm glad you watched. Looking to help you Excel. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.